welcome to a new year. As of this year, I'm going to start with tutorial. A lot of you will be confused why I'm doing tutorial and comedy. In your life, you have to balance it, so you don't focus on education alone. You have to look for a way of getting fun. That is part of life. So today, I'm going to be dealing on basics of understanding maths. That is in the short form of mathematics. You know, everything in life has their own principle, have their own ground of understanding it. You have to start from the ground level before you get to the top. Millions start from one. In our level of education today, a lot of people run away from science because of maths. Why? They do not understand the basics, the concepts of this mathematics. Maths is very simple if you understand the basics, the origin of this discipline called maths. So today I'm going to be introducing to you the simple science in mathematics in which some of us are conversant with. So I have minus, I have plus, I have times, and division signs. These are the signs used in mathematics. Then what do you do when these two signs come together? What are their results? This is what I want to be exposing to you today. So now, if I have minus plus minus, what will be the result? I have a negative sign and I also have a negative sign. You owe somebody money and you still owe the person money. What will be the result? You still have a debt. So that's why you have minus and minus sign together. You have minus. Because you owe, you still borrow, and you still owe again. So you have a minus sign. So when you have two numbers bearing minus minus, the result will be what? Minus. Example, I have minus 1, minus 1. The result will be minus 2. I have one debt and I also borrowed one debt. So the result will be 2 debts. I hope you get it. Then 2, I have the plus sign. If I have plus and I also have plus, my result will be plus. If somebody borrowed money from me and the person also borrowed, that means somebody is owing me. I'm gaining. So that's why we have plus sign. So example, if I have plus 2, the result would be plus 4. Because somebody borrowed and the person also borrowed, which is my own. So it's adding, you are not losing anything. Now, let's talk about minus and plus. Assuming you borrowed money, you are owing somebody, and somebody is owing you, what will be the result? Now I have minus 1, I also have plus 1. What will be the result? Now, so it's also written as 1 minus 1, because the plus is invisible, so the result will be 0. Another example, I have minus 1, I have plus 2. This is also written as 2 minus 1, because the plus is invisible. Then the minus sign will always be visible. Now, another example. Now, assuming I have minus times minus, what will be the result? Multiplication sign is visible, so it will affect the two signs. So if I have minus times minus, the signs will change to plus. Then, what of if I divide minus 1? You have 1. Why? The division sign will affect the negative signs, so it will cancel out. So you have plus 1. So now, let's go deep. Assuming I have minus 1 plus 2, what will be the result? Now bear this in mind. Where you have an equation or an expression and you have two numbers, one of the numbers bears negative, the other bears positive, you look at the number that is highest or the maximum in that expression or equation. So now assuming what I have on the board, I have minus 1 plus 1 plus 2. what will be the result? The result will be plus 1. Why? 2, which is the highest number, bears plus. So when you have any expression or equation that bears 2 signs, the sign with the highest number goes with the result, just as the one we have on the board. Another one, if I have minus 1 plus 3, 3 is more than 1. So the highest number goes with the sign. So you have minus 1 plus 3. So the result will be plus 2. Why? Because 3 bears the positive sign and 3 is the highest. 3 is more than 1. What if I have minus 1 all over 3? What will be the result? The result here will be negative. Minus 0 point something, it will be negative. Because remember, we say when you have minus plus, the result will be minus. Same as multiplication. If I have minus 1 times plus 1, the result is negative. So I hope you understood what I've said. Now, let's go to more examples. I have plus 2 times minus 2. What will be the result? The result will be minus 4. Why? Plus is always invisible. Why the negative sign is visible. Then, what if I have plus 4 divide negative 3? Remember, plus is always invisible, while the negative sign is visible. So the negative sign has to go with the result of what you have. So this is the basics of mathematics. If you can understand the basics, you understand how all these signs works. In conclusion, plus times plus will give you plus. Minus times minus will give you plus. Plus minus plus will give you minus. Minus minus plus will give you minus. Minus divide minus will give you plus. Plus divide plus will give you plus. We have plus minus minus to give us minus. Then we have minus times plus to give us minus. Then if you have minus divide plus to give us minus. So this is the conclusion of everything about science in mathematics and how they are used.